being in the stage so long that you could have kids with it.
Wait, how long do you need to be with someone to have kids with them? Don't most guys only need like, what, 30 seconds? 4 months. Takes 4 months to get off? Wow, guys are screwed over. I'm so sorry. Next, we will be watching The Cruel World of Getting All 202 Platinum Relics in Crash Bandicoot by Caddicarus. Make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment and doodly-doo.
And so I said to the vicar, I'm not a man, I'm hungry.
What?
You know what? I'm really starting to like you now, Bricks. I don't think I ever want to leave lockdown. That's good because you can't. Oh, hello, welcome to my show.
So the brick thing continues, apparently. That's good. I remember bricks. I remember bricks from before. Apparently bricks are still back. Oh, the bricks! Oh my goodness. My version of bricks was a piece of drywall that I would look at when I was in lockdown and got bored. If there was nothing to watch, like if I'd run out of TV shows and movies, I would stare at the wall with no music playing, just looking at it, thinking about the eternal nature of life and the fleetingness of its existence. How life exists perpetually and not at all at the same time. Oh my goodness. But, and yes, this was before Cottontail was a streamer, so you know, like, like it was halfway through lockdown when I actually, I was like a year into lockdown before I found out about VTubers. So you know, it was the dark times before I had people to simp for. Long ago, it was such a dark, horrible time. But then I found Iron Mouse and Amelie. Well, I already knew Amelie, but then she became a VTuber, and then we're good. We're good.
Oh, I'm Caddy, and when I'm not busy committing treason in America, you'll most likely find me playing Crash Bandicoot games. Yeah, that's all I ever do with my life. I'm either playing Crash or being an American traitor.
I'm sure by this point, a lot of you know my...
Wait, you're American? This guy's American? What? Sparky's on, thank you for the follow. This guy's American? What? How is this American? What accent is that? Where is that from? What the fuck? Also, I used to play Crash Bandicoot a lot as a kid. I had like the GBA games. I know, weird, right? I know he's listed as an American traitor. What? How? What did he do? How did he betray America? Oh god, I hope I'm not listed as one. Jeez. Oh wait, no, the British didn't betray America, did they? Isn't that technically more the other way around?
Love for the marsupial. I mean, last year I even did a video making a tier list rating all of his butts from every game he's been in. Terrible suit. But for anybody new
Hi,
here,
Dippo, welcome in.
Hi. On my channel in 2018, I decided to label every June of every year as
where did I get the... welcome in, Sparky Sound. Sorry, I just want to answer this real quickly. Where do you get the inspiration for the fire here? Well, I'm based off of a luminous-red nova, which is what happens when two stars collide and explode for about 3 months before creating a new star from the wreckage. So I am a bursting ball of plasma given human form. So a little bit of the plasma is just leaking out the top of my head. And also, I really liked Ember from Danny Phantom. I have my lore reason, and then I also have the fact that I like Danny Phantom and I liked Ember from Danny Phantom. I'm like, hey, what if that but me and VTuber? I like when I was after my first model didn't have the fire, but then I was like looking at my hair, and then I'm like, you know what? If I just add the fire, it looked like Ember Heart from freaking Danny Phantom, and we're good. You know, Sir Botha, thank you for the follow too. So yes, I'm a stellar nova plus Danny Phantom. Ember was my first crush and set the path. Okay, the thing is like Sam. I was really into Sam from Danny Phantom. Freaking hey, I have a thing for goth girls. Can you tell? I've got a thing for goth girls? I don't know. Someone would think about a woman with black hair and all black, you know, with like some darker motifs. I don't know. I wonder if that's continued to modern day. Who knows? Who didn't like Sam? Sam's the best. Sam's awesome. Honestly, Sam rocks. And she's like environmentally conscious, and she's smart, and she's pretty. I had a big crush on Sam. Also, okay, who else watching Danny Phantom? Who else watching Danny Phantom thought that Danny was absurd to be in Paulina, but not Sam at first? Like, I feel like, it's so wild. She wasn't goth, she was a hipster. She was wearing all black. and she loved spooky ghost things. And whenever she went outside into the sun, she would wear a giant sun hat that was black and like a veil and like cover herself up in like a giant black robe. Me, good. Ah, we've got base people here, right? Paulina over Sam. Boy, are you blind? Exactly. Also, Sam likes you. You not only have a goth baddie who is smart, who likes you, who's kind to you, who you enjoy spending time with. It's right there. Just take the win, bro. Also, freaking okay. Can we just like do a shout out to Sam for fucking landing a ghost? Like, she's a goth girl who's dating a ghost. That's so perfect for her. What the heck? Yeah, she's a goth baddie. She is.
Bandicoot month.
Sorry.
Where my channel
I played Crash Bandicoot as a kid was the start of one of this, and then I answered another question. Hi, I have ADHD. It's really bad today for some reason.
Goes on a Crash deviation to celebrate everything and anything to do with Crash, including his buttocks. Creases. You see,
can we talk about how that was 30 seconds into the video when I paused? No, we can't shout her. She's on VTuber Lumi. Darn it, I was really hoping. Shout out Cottontail and stay later. I don't know.
If it weren't for Crash, I probably wouldn't be here making
or shout out
videos.
Sweet Frequency. You know what? Who's another goth baddie? Sweet Frequency. We haven't shouted her out in a while. Can we shout out Sweet Frequency, please? Anyways, I'm sorry.
It was the first game I ever played. It was the introduction into the games industry.
I'm so fucking sorry.
And since then, I've followed Crash through thick and thin. Hence, I wanted to dedicate a whole month to talk about him. Okay, that video was late.
So yeah, even though the world has still turned into bricks outside, that's not going to stop this train. So welcome.
It wouldn't. Megan, it's not. I was
Lumpies
gonna
and
say.
germs.
Lumpies and
Bandicoot
germs?
Month 2020.
Whoa. It's not, Megan. That animation is disturbing. What?
Why is it in June though? Pretty simple, really. I was born in June 1994, and Crash 3 was the first video game I ever played.
Ah.
And then the Insane Trilogy came out in June 2017, followed by Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled coming out in June 2019. Basically, the stars all align when it comes to the month of June, me, and Crash Bandicoot. I'm also very aware that Bandicoot Month is not a very original name, but it's a lot better than June-Decoot. And
What?
God help us, we don't even talk about Bandicoot.
But with such a growing appreciation for the orange...
Not the Bandicoot. No! Whoa, what the fuck? I paused and didn't see this. Whoa! This is a terrifying thing to okay, going from laughing my head out over that word and then guy go over here and then I'm like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Do you think Bill Clinton ever played Crash? I would hope so. It was a nice pause. It was a really good pause. But no, I have a very intense ADHD. And when they diagnosed me, they did a double take because they were so surprised by how severe my symptoms were. Literally, it's not great. I'm on a high level of medication. Actually, I have to wear like compression gloves a lot of the time because my circulation is kind of messed up to my hands because of it. But I don't like wearing it on my right hand because I use my right hand for so many things. It just like gets in the way. And so I end up walking around like with like a freaking like black like compression glove on my left hand. And I look so fucking emo doing that. Like I wear all black and then I'm walking around with like a one single glove. I look like an edgy teenager being like, the demon lord is sealed within my hand. If I remove this glove, sealing them in, all hell would blow loose. I would destroy the earth, the heavens, the very nature of reality would come undone. That's why I must keep my hand sealed. Mwahaha. Oh my goodness.
So too comes a desire to perfect his
No,
games.
I'm
And
right-handed.
Yes, I have indeed broken all the boxes and found all of the gems in all of the games multiple times over and ticked over the completion percentage to 1,000,000% more times than I've turned
Thank
a
you,
box of
Joker.
sharing nuggets into a box of these
Sharing
all mine
nuggles.
nuggets. But throughout my countless replays of Crash's games, there's one thing I've neglected to touch for years and years. Until now.
I've been neglected to be touched for years and years. Cotton, Crash Bandicoot! Yes! No worries around Cyber Sense around. Oh. Aw.
A few years ago, I uploaded this video to my channel.
Crash 1.
How am I single?
Crash 2.
Don't-
I did it. Crash 3. I did it.
Yep, I got every single Platinum Time Trial relic in the classic Crash trilogy about a year and a half ago. Back then, I was really proud of myself. But that pride came at the cost of my own sanity. And so, since I guess I never recovered, I thought I'd take it
Crash
one
has a
step
sister?
further
I hope we can
and
see
make
her.
a video talking about what
My
I
ears-
went
I'm sorry,
through
Joker.
when I woke up one day and decided that all the Platinum Relics in the original trilogy wasn't enough. Welcome, everybody, to the time that I got.
every single one of real.
You may not even know what I'm talking about, so
I
here's
don't.
some
I
history.
don't.
Crash
I don't
Bandicoot
know.
3 introduced us to the concept of permanent power-ups for Crash, obtainable after beating each boss level, and they allowed you to revisit stages you missed collectibles in and use those new power-ups to reach them. It also gave you more unique ways to get through the levels in general, and made some of the later stages more difficult to test your knowledge of these new abilities. At the end of the game, though, you get all the crystals and
He has a
fight to the death
girlfriend?
against the evil Ned Cortex.
He has a girlfriend and his sister, and I don't have either. I mean, I mean, if I don't care if I had a sister or not, but I just feel left out at this point. Can I? What's a girl gotta do to get a girlfriend?
Falls down a big hole while
I really hope the answer is become a successful VTuber, because if that is, then I'm on the right trick here.
dropping behind the final
Track.
power-up, a new pair of Nikes. At face value, these seemed very unhelpful and pointless. I mean, I've already got some Adidas at home, especially when compared to a double jump or fruit bazooka. These seemed unnecessary and a bit of an anticlimactic reward for beating the game. But then, you go back into the earlier stages to grab the final collectibles you missed, and at the very start of the level, you see a weird-looking thing that looks like a rotting lemon. Curious, you touch it, and then... Whoa, what's this? Who blew that whistle? Why did the one before fly away? Why is there a timer? Does that mean I have to run? I'm gonna run, you know, I'm gonna run. Come on, Crash, dash away, dash your little bandit cock off. This is why the Crash Dash is a power-up, the time trials.
Crash had a bit.
With replaying
Crash had a girlfriend, but you know what? That's better than me. I didn't know LuminusRed worked out. Well, guys, I thought she was naturally cut. What? You thought that I put on muscle by naturally? I do work out. What? Wait, where did this come from? I'm very confused. Oh, it's okay, Megan. You're fine. I don't play Crash Huge Adventure GBA, but I did get the Crash Trilogy on the Switch. Ooh, I maybe need to get the Crash Trilogy too. I'm confused. I don't know.
Every level as fast as humanly possible in order to get the best time. The boxes you usually break for the clear gem get replaced with time crates that halt the clock for the amount of seconds displayed on them, or they turn into empty boxes that do nothing but getting your effing way. For God's sake, who is leaving these boxes in the middle of Agrabah? After which, beating the best times of each level rewards you with one of three
not being born in
types of
Melzabub,
relic,
yeah.
a new collectible. The Sapphire Relic might as well be a participation certificate worthy of a single clap.
Well done.
Yeah!
You tried.
They are the easiest to get by far and barely require much rushing at all to obtain them, so I suppose they're there to pat your children on the back. After this are the golden relics, a bit harder to get than Sapphire, but they are the bare minimum you need to grab in order to bump up your final completion percentage in order to get the final hidden gem from Coco and complete the game.
Tiger sounds like a lot of fun!
But then, there are the Platinum Time Trial Relics. These are another beast entirely, and the subject of today's video. To get the Platinum Relics, it requires you to know the stage inside out. Not just the best routes to take for shortcuts across the terrain, but the best way to get around enemies, to exploit certain obstacles, timings, to use all your power-ups, to pick up Aku Aku hit point masks and sacrifice them at the right moments while keeping him for other moments so that you can go invincible after you get 3 of him. It's more or less speed running as a standard gameplay mechanic. Oh, what's that, kids? You can't play that well? Tough shit, go away. This orange kite wasn't good enough for you anyway.
After Crash 3, the Time Trial Relics became a bit of a staple in most of the Crash games following afterwards, including Crash Team.
Okay. I do love... so we do know that, like, GameCube was, like, doing better than PlayStation and stuff like that because of, like, the different disc size. Like, PlayStation... No, sorry, I was right on. PlayStation did better because they did a regular disc opposed to the mini disc, so people could, like, enjoy, like, copy and stuff like that. But can we agree that the... thank you, WebWeb, for the raid. Welcome in, darling. How are you doing? Are you being so normal mode today? I'm doing very normal today. I am. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for trusting me with your chat. The disc cases look so lame. They're just basic CD cases. Like, GameCube cases at least look kind of cool, you know? They look unique. It's like you have that. This just looks like a regular CD case, and I'm like, that's kind of lame. That's nothing against the games or, like, the quality of the system, but I feel like you could have innovated a little bit with the boxes. I don't know. The fabulous Lumi. Indeed. PlayStation controls are really just easier to handle. That's fine. No, this is nothing about PlayStation, the quality of the games, anything against that. I'm talking about the cases. I'm like, why are you using a regular CD case? I don't know. Kind of late. It's okay, Serpent. Welcome in. I have some nostalgic for the old OG PlayStation cases. I guess it is. I grew up with GameCube, not with PlayStation, so that's probably the difference. PlayStation was also a DVD player, which makes it sold in other demographic. Exactly. I love the GameCube too. I stayed at the Sega fan, but I went over to Nintendo. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. But like, I don't know. This is just my own little gripe. It's not a real big problem, but that's me.
Racing. And hell, when the Insane trilogy came out, they even added time trial relics into Crash 1 and Crash 2, which originally didn't have them. But to this day, Crash fans remain divided about them. I mean, were they a cheap form of padding that were there to needlessly stretch out the games in a series that was losing ideas by game number 3? Or was this brand new content worthy of your time to go through and added even more depth, replayability and complexity to the future games that included them?
Personally, I'm of the latter half of this opinion. The time trial relics to me add even more depth to replaying the same stages you already finished, because you aren't just going through it normally or combing your way through it slowly with new power-ups to find collectibles. You're doing it all in a completely different way. It's almost like you're playing a totally different stage. Not to mention, the relics themselves aren't just a random optional collectible to flash your E-pin around to nobody because you're alone in your house. They contribute to game completion, not just for grabbing the final hidden gems, but also for unlocking access to secret levels that are only unlocked.
You found the Wavebird? You found the Wavebird? Oh, the Wavebird is so fucking good. Crash fans, just play it. Just play it. Sarities are good. They are good. But, CTR. Crash Team Racing. Got it. But, like, no, freaking the old, like, Wavebird, like, freaking, wireless GameCube controller. It's so fucking good. Because then they made the CD case that was made for the size of a CD cases to store them. Oh. That makes sense. Wavebird wireless controller. I love that GameCube controller. It's so good. Nintendo really needs to make GameCube controllers again. Like when Smash Ultimate came out, they started making GameCube controllers again, and now they've stopped. Make more GameCube controllers. This is my opinion. Especially they're the superior Nintendo controller. But I honestly would rather use a GameCube controller than any other controller on any system, on any game. If I could use a GameCube controller for everything, I would. And I think I can. I need to figure out how to get it on my PC. I do have, like, the adapter, so I'm going to try and figure out how to figure that out. Miss the shooting games where you physically shot the screen. That's really good. The game controllers are not just by Nintendo. It's just not by Nintendo. I like the GameCube controllers by Nintendo. The Wavebird wasn't, but Wavebird, I have a rubber control stick that's worn off and the patch is gone. Aw. They probably do it again when the Smash 2 comes out. Smash Switch 2 comes out. Maybe if they make, but, like, Sakurai has said that he's not making another Smash game. Smash Ultimate is the definitive Smash Brothers game. There's not a sequel coming out. Maybe they'll remaster it for the Switch 2. That would be nice. Are we releasing like GameCube controllers along with the Switch 2? I don't know. Maybe there was. You'd be lucky enough to find one. Maybe. I'll take a look around.
Grabbing a certain number of relics. Whether it's a secret platform that takes you to a secret warp room full of extra levels, or a new race that you have to beat to get the secret ending, the relics don't only provide a new level of difficulty to levels that you may have found too easy, but also give you access to more content, which in my opinion is a better way to unlock them instead of just having more levels with more gems to grab. It's something different, you know, and requires a different approach and skill level to grab them, while staying true to the classic Crash formula.
Oh, where do you go? Where is it?
But the Platinum Relics don't give you shit!
Aside from your own sadistic satisfaction, the Platinum Relics do nothing for you.
You're so right. You're so right, E-boy. They could do it forever.
Completion, and for the
that actually scared me! Fucking that actually scared me! What the fuck? What the fuck? Also, you're so right, E-boy. Welcome in. They could just do an Ultimate ports forever. I hope they do. I do kind of hope they do. I like Ultimate. Ultimate's a great game, but they should be in ports. They should include the DLC as part of the base game. Like from now on, all the base game, all of the Smart Ultimate ports should have all the DLC by default. It's weird listening to you while the Cotton GPS is talking to me. That's hilarious. Imagine the two of us talking in the same room. I'm doing that right now. Fuck yeah.
You only need the bare minimum sapphire relics, so why go for the
I'll give it a shot after.
Because I'm incomplete.
Nate, I'm happy to do that after the video, okay? I'd be happy to do that, though.
Oh.
Wow.
And the title of the video isn't lying. Over the last few days, I have spent hours on top of hours in some vain, pointless attempt to grab every single Platinum Time Trial Relic in every Crash game that has them. every single one. This is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in
looks like
any
Wario,
game
but
I've
without
ever
the yellow?
played.
Yeah, a
Full
little bit.
stop. You guys think that playing the Insane Trilogy regularly is the Dark Souls of platforming games? You don't know anything until you've seen what I've seen. Shut up and stick it in your chin. And just so I can get the entire internet off of my back before I'm
Offense.
called a
Take
filthy
it.
liar, this is my save file for Crash 1
Oh, just
Insane,
purple overalls?
and here are all 27 Platinum Relics. Here is my save file for Crash 2
okay.
Insane, and here are all 27 Platinum Relics. Here is my save file for
Yeah.
Crash 3, and here are all 31 Platinum Relics. Here is my save file for Crash Team Racing, and here are all 18 Platinum Relics. Here is my save file for Wrath of Cortex, and here are all 30 Platinum Relics. Here is my
Jeez.
save file for Crash Nitro Kart, and here are all 13 Platinum Relics. Here is my save file for The Huge Adventure,
GameCube
and here
controller.
are all 20 Platinum
GameCube
Relics.
controller.
Here is my save file
GameCube
for M-Trans,
controller.
and here are
Yeah.
all 24 Platinum Relics. And for Crash Nitro Kart GBA,
Awesome.
for
I'm
some
so
reason
sorry,
doesn't have a
Zoe.
tally anywhere, but trust me, here are 3, 6, 9, 12 out of 12 Platinum Relics.
This, trust me, totals up to 202 Platinum Relics. 202 literal perfect run-throughs of stages as fast as possible while hitting every time-stopping crate, avoiding enemies, and getting stuck indoors. And I do not, I repeat, do not recommend you doing this unless you have nothing better to do or have a YouTube show where you can show off to strangers.
For me, this surpassed the definition of painful. In fact, at many points, I could swear that my thumbs were gonna fall off. Oh,
It will take you so long to
Ooh,
grab
hand
every platinum
tattoos look
time
cool.
trial relic in the Crash
Wait, have I never
series
seen his
that-
hands before? Those are cool. Wait, what are those? I feel like my brain says Zelda, but I feel like that can't be right. Does anyone know what these tattoos are from? Because they look so fucking cool. Honestly, they look awesome. Like, those are sick tattoos. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone on that, but I mean, imagine not biting your nails. That's not the takeaway that we should be getting, but yeah. Oddworld tattoos? Wait, what's Oddworld? I actually don't know what that is. Okay, so I know nothing about that. I'll have to look into that. What the heck?
oh.
It will take you so long to grab every platinum time trial relic in the
Oh,
Crash
old
series
world,
that you'll
old
become
world.
a relic by the
Oh.
time you're done with it. This was me before I started making this video, and this
Onward?
was me after I finished it.
Ah!
Are you feeling okay?
Don't even talk to me. Aside from talking to you all about my
He has a
experience going
partner
through with
too?
this, I've got absolutely nothing to show for it.
Oh.
So I made myself a badge.
But I mean, there's only so many different ways I can say over and over again.
What did the badge
So
say?
I made myself a badge.
Best fuck off! Perfect. Okay, this guy's comedic timing is off the chart. Like, he always, like, he takes, like, the proper pauses to make things work, and he adds the proper emphasis, and he uses his energy in such a good way. Like, he takes, like, those, I mean, basically what he's doing is taking advantage of, like, the use of energy and, like, flow of it all. And it's like, this is impossible, blah, 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 blah. And then he takes a moment, lets all of your energy pop back down. You're like, okay, I'm going up. Okay, we're going down. And he's like, so I made a badge! And just cuts you off guard with, like, a random absurdity that also makes sense. And you're just like, oh! Well, okay! He's married. Imagine being married, sobbing. Same, girl, same. He has a fiance or a wife. Either way, I'm not, and I don't have one, and I'm... Oh, hi Guardian. Oh my goodness, I want to merch of that badge. He should make that officially. Holy fuck! Zephyr Reaper, thank you for 10,000 bits.
Seraph Reaper cheered X 10,000. Hope you have a
Holy
great
fuck.
day, Lumi.
Thank you. Holy fuck, I'm having a better day now. Thank you, Seraph. Holy fuck, thank you so much. Jeez. Thank you so much. Holy crap, I am having an amazing day. Yes, same girl, same. Put the lesbian on that badge. It's really weird. He also has daughters? Awesome. The heck was that? I just got donated 10,000 bits. Holy fuck. He also has several stepkids, and one of them could not pronounce Crash Bandicoot. Aw, don't worry. Only time I'll do. No, you can do whatever you want. You can do it more than once. You can do it 5 times in a row. It doesn't stop. You don't have to do it. It doesn't have to be the only time. Just wanted to give the fun time. I'm really appreciate that. Really appreciate that so much. Honestly, Zephyr.
But I mean, there's only so many different ways I can say over and over again, get into Plats is diffy, so I won't go on about it in a general sense anymore. Instead, I thought it would be fun to go through miniature top 5s in no particular rating order for the hardest platinum time trial relics to get in each and every game that has them. Not counting Crash Bash, by the way, because those relics aren't from doing any time trials, they don't use time crates, they take far too long to unlock, and because Crash Bash makes me want to die. They also didn't bother giving time trial relics to Crash Tag Team Racing, which I really don't understand since it's already a racing game. But there is actually one hidden relic in the game that not many people know about. All you gotta do is play the game for 10 minutes, get bored of it, put it back on the shelf and leave it there for the rest of your life. After this, it eventually becomes a relic itself. It's also worth mentioning that for this video, I'll be using the remake versions of Crash Team Racing and Crash 3, because they're more or less exactly the same thing as the originals and just look nicer. Plus, in some cases, they're even harder, so I wanted to challenge myself a little bit. And I'll only be covering the relics that you can get in the campaign modes of each game, and that can be added to your total platinum relic tally, which means that the brand new added levels to the Insane Trilogy do count since they get added to your campaign total, but all of the new tracks in Nitro Fueled don't count, because getting the relics there doesn't count towards anything, doesn't get displayed anywhere, and I have no clue when they'll stop adding DLC levels, so it's probably best that I stick with the story mode ones that never changed from PS1 to PS4. Also, there's no point doing the Nitro Kart remade tracks in Nitro Fueled because I did them on the original game already.
And with that, in no particular order, let's start off with the hardest platinum relics I had to get from Crash 1.
This game was pretty damn hard to platinum all the way through. When it comes to Crash 1, whether it's the original or the remake on the Insane Trilogy, there's one thing that rings true about the entire game.
God bless his soul, indeed. He did really good.
It's four-play Bandicoot. Because of that, when Vicarious Visions added relics to the original Crash for the remake, just because they could, they didn't even bother to add the Crash Dash as a power-up, because the game is simply not built for it. However, this doesn't mean that the platinum relics still aren't an utter prick to grab, because with the game's platforming itself being built around patience, that doesn't translate to running through the stages as fast as humanly possible. As such, one of the hardest platinums I tried to get in this game was with Sunset Vista. From the very second you start, you need to get the first jump correct or else... And it only gets worse from there.
You want to say yawn or a gasp? Oh, yes. I actually don't know. I wasn't paying attention to myself. But this is actually, like, super fascinating, getting into, like, see, like, little bits into this kind of world. Because, like, I feel like most of us wouldn't spend the time doing this. And even those of us who would, I feel it would be cathartic to be like, yes, thank you for talking about this specific one. I feel so seen. So it becomes, like, this little peek into a beautiful world for us who would never do this. And then it becomes a relatable moment for those who have. And I feel like everyone can enjoy that. And I love that so much. This is actually really fascinating. Like, I was a little bit shocked by this video having so many views, but I was like, yeah, you know what? Now I'm getting it. It feels satisfying to watch. Also, just because, like, Caddicarus is, like, just super funny. But I'm just like, if you're going to watch a Caddicarus video, why is it this one over others? I don't know. And then it was like, oh, yeah, because this is just super satisfying and interesting. I spent 12 hours never beating the first game on Crash 4. Same! Oh, I'm not sure it's Crash 4, but I did the same thing. Every time I play Crash, I want to crash out a bridge. Off a bridge, jeez.
In terms of raw platforming and nothing else, this stage in a normal setting isn't too taxing, but where the challenge comes from is by rushing through it. You'll find yourself needing to defy common sense and physics by jumping after being pushed away by protruding walls. You need to make sure that you time the start of your run perfectly so that you aren't stuck behind timed flaming torches. You need to make sure that you don't get hit at all so that you can invincible aku your way across the middle part of the level. Really important because it makes you run way faster and be invulnerable to anything. You can't even afford to wait on these spinning platforms because that wastes too much time. So you'd better make sure the position they're in on your current run will be just right for you to hop, skip, and jump across them.
That's
Otherwise
painful.
You'll hop, skip, and suffocate. And these bats, sweet mother crap.
He did a TED Talk?
Bats.
Wait. Caddicarus did a freaking TED Talk. What was the TED Talk on? I'm very curious. Actually, there's a video of it up? Like, is it officially on the TED Talk site? Because I'd love to watch that. That'd be really cool. I'd rather sound my face into a Minecraft thing, yeah? The death animations in Crash are funny. Not quite on par with Dragon Lair, but pretty funny. Ooh, I've never actually seen Dragon Lair Crash. Not Crash. Death animations. I should take a look at that too. Oh, interesting.
Spin them all away, no issue.
Actual
and
TED Talk.
Sometimes you can't.
No idea why,
but it's enough to make a hernia pop out. And all of this wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't one of the longest damn levels of the game. It's not only a flawless run you need to commit to, but it has to be a marathon too. Luckily though, I've got so good at this stage by this point, I'm able to smash these completely useless boxes right here before the exit and still end up with the platinum.
Why?
I'm being way too cocky to talk about the first hardest level in this video. Generator room begins with Cortex laughing so heavily at you that he's practically choking, and if you're going for the platinum here, he has every right to giggle at you. The first two time crates are positioned underneath TNT crates that you have to avoid spinning, and if you can get your head around that for the first goddamn boxes that need breaking, you'll then find yourself in a level with picky pixel-perfect jumps galore, multiple moving platforms over bottomless pits, and in possibly the hardest aspect of the stage, the requirement to skip as much of these moving platform sequences as possible by jumping as early as possible on and off of them as early as possible in order to shave off the milliseconds you need in order to win, while fighting with depth perception away from the screen. Why do I feel the need to do this? Because the end of the stage sees you moving on floating platforms that are so slow, I'm convinced they're clinically depressed. And because of how much time this segment of the run wastes, you need to optimize the entire level beforehand so that you're safe enough to then skip the final jump and make it safely to the end. And that isn't what I like to do in my generator rooms. Fumbling in the Dumbling is a pretty hard stage just to get through normally, the gimmick being that you are in the dark and need to smash...
I do feel like, okay, like the pixel perfect stuff, that is so painful. I don't like I'm not a big platformer kind of girl. Like, I do enjoy them on occasion, but it's normally not my cup of tea. But like, whenever I run into one that has like a bunch of like really like insane jumps like that, I get tilted. I get tilted a little bit. His is worse, I know. But like, it's insane. His TED Talk was where he discussed content creators infuriating him because he feels too much because it feels like far too much like creating low effort vids as quickly as possible while he curators. Okay, well, he makes 2-hour videos a year. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's totally fair. Sorry for missing the start of the stream. It's okay, Shadow. Welcome in. You're all good.
Wacky crates in order to keep the path lit.
Oh. There's not bricks outside.
If you get hit just one
Why does he keep getting
time,
me?
you don't just lose
How does
the
he
hit
keep getting
point,
me?
you lose all the light as well. It doesn't matter how many Aku crates you break, you are stuck in the dark. Combine that with the need to rush through this level, often making leaps of faith onto platforms that haven't come out of the dark yet, jumping onto spiders to make extremely tricky jumps, and trying to speed past swinging axes that sometimes come out of nowhere, and you end up with a Platinum Relic that I'm convinced has a sad face. The lab. Oh Lord, Jesus, strangle a cat, the lab. One of the hardest levels in the base game as it stands, trying to rush through this one is like trying to square dance on top of a kettle. It's horrible, and the main issue here is the fact that you are pretty much required to run by everything in one go without stopping, but only when being able to start the level off at such a perfect time where you won't need to wait for these electric gates that if they touch you will zap your bats. And even if you time that start off so well that all the gates turn off by the time you reach them, meaning that you can get past them without stopping, that doesn't negate the trapdoors that open and close.
Okay, the gameplay, like, okay, it has been a long time since I played Crash. Like, I played Crash when I was, like, in elementary school. Like, that's when I was playing it a lot. And now I'm, like, looking at this, and I'm kind of, like, enthralled. I feel like the flow of the gameplay, like, the way that the movement works, the animation, it's just satisfying. And my brain just goes, like, whoa, okay. Oh, interesting. My first Crash game was Twin Sanity. Why is my screen kind of cut off here? There you go. I'm binging cringe caddy vids. What? Valid.
It was very
not cringe though.
The switches that you must hit in order to open doors, otherwise bye-bye. The fact that you can't see behind the doors in order to plan your next move until it's too late, and the awkward jumps that you need to do around all the enemies, which if you time wrong can also lead to you getting electrocuted. Although, if you end up being in the stage so long that you could have kids with it, you could teach yourself to jump over the lower zaps of the electric gates at the right time.
Wait, how long do you need to be with someone to have kids with them? Don't most guys only need, like, what, 30 seconds? I'm not sure. Like, that doesn't seem like a high bar. Like, it doesn't take too much to accidentally have kids, right? I don't know, man. 4 months. Takes 4 months to get off? Wow, guys are screwed over. I'm so sorry. Takes 9. Do you want something to rub all over you? Well, look no further, because I have a brand deal with Cheeky Soap, and you can get 10% off by using code STAR at checkout. This soap, it lathers better than any soap I've ever had, and unlike other fancy soaps, this one holds its shape. It doesn't immediately turn to mush as you're using it. This has the same firmness as a cheap bar soap, but has the same quality, delicious scent, and lovely body feel as a highly artisan soap you would get at the farmer's market. Also, if we sell enough soap, then they're gonna get me my own soap, so I can be right next to Giga and Iron Mouse. So please use code STAR at checkout and get 10% off. 9 months for them to get off? Jeez, I didn't realize that guys had it so hard. Literally. Oh my goodness. Fuck. I didn't realize that being a guy was so difficult to have kids. But yeah, like, you're creating the kids. Doesn't mean they're born yet. I don't know, man. You're starting the process. The guy only needs to be there for 30 seconds. The woman needs to be there for 9 months, but the guy doesn't. He can just go, he can go in and out and then just be like, peace out, never seeing you again. Like, jeez. No, but like, the woman has to be there for 9 months, but like, not the guy, right? Like,
Stormy Ascent. Come on, you all knew this was going to be here.
Good
the
luck.
level that was supposed to be in the original PS1 game that was taken out because it was too hard. Yeah, pretty obvious choice now that I've said that, eh? I'm sure many of you would argue that Road to Nowhere or the High Road should have been one of the harder levels, but to be honest, I found them not that bad at all, because all you need to do is move forward and time your own jumps, and that is it, really. Not move along, time jumps, land on platforms that move faster than a bullet train, optimize your party to get to vanishing platforms at the right time to keep running, avoid enemies everywhere, get over spikes protected by stairs that turn into slides, jump off of spinning platforms to bounce on top of time crates and then land back on the spinning platforms, land on other platforms moving around in weird wavy patterns over spikes and bottomless pits, and while trying to keep yourself alive for nearly 3 minutes in one of the longest stages in the entire game. Yeah, and you guys think a bridge is difficult?
Oh, what? What's that hiding under the stairs? Why, it's Crash Bandicoot 2 Gringotts Steakhouse.
This game is just as hard to grab the platinums on as Crash 1, but for different reasons. As we all know by now,
does the game have the word steakhouse in the name, or am I wrong? I missed the 5. Wait. Did he say this game's called Steakhouse? Wait, no, what?
Hiding under the stairs. Why, it's Crash Bandicoot 2 Gringotts.
I need subtitles on for more of this, because I just realized I didn't turn them on. My bad. Why is it Steakhouse? Yeah, that's a running game. Why is it what the fuck happened to Crash? Gringotts Steakhouse?
Steakhouse.
This game was just as hard to grab the platinums on as Crash 1, but for different reasons. As we all know by now, the original Crash 2 changed and refined basically everything from Crash 1, from the save system to gem collecting, and especially the controls, including introducing the use of a slide, crawl, and slide jump for extra height and distance.
Says the name's wrong for fun.
However, there were still no relics or power-ups in the PS1 game, so the Insane Trilogy remake got the same treatment as Crash 1, but with one key difference. You could now use the Crash Dash from Crash 3, and if you think that being able to run faster makes getting the Platinum Relics any easier...
I would hope so.
Oh, I laughed like a dad. The thing is, just like with Crash 1, because Crash 2 was never designed from the ground up to give players the ability to dash through them...
Okay. Aren't you a dad, though? We got a dad, though. I don't know. He did sound like your dad, though. I do understand that dad laugh, though. My dad doesn't have it. My dad doesn't have a dad laugh. He does do the dad jokes, though. I have a good relation with my parents, which is weird considering how down bad I am. Normally, you, like, associate with, like, my craziness, my level of, like, untowardness, my spiciness, my naughtiness, my, what's the word I'm looking for? Desire to be dominated by the bunny. No, that's not quite right. I want to be, captured by cotton. Oh, crap. It's not quite right. I'm missing something. I'm missing here. I want to be bounced on by the bunny. I want to be married by my Oshi. Absolute thirst, absolutely fun. Normally you associate that with freaking, with like daddy issues, mommy issues. I'm like, no, I've got a very healthy relationship with both my parents. I hang out with them all the time. They're lovely, kind, respectful, and amazing. I don't know, man, it's pretty good. Hello, beautiful, hi, Reaper. Crushed by bunny thighs, hi. Are you guys all back from the ads already? Because I thought you guys got just ads, and now you can hear me. What's happening? Mods, post on Twitter, on Twitter out of context. The real name of Crash Bandicoot 2 is Cortex Strikes Back. Okay. Not Steakhouse. I'm glad I'm not long. Crash Bandicoot! Hi, DBS. Back from ads. How short was that 3-minute ad break? Well, welcome back, I guess. Jeez, okay.
Are also not quite built to be rushed either. It's not as bad as the original by a long way, but it's still very noticeable that you're dashing through the snow in a wild horse. So in many ways, despite the new moves you can play with that allow you to take ridiculous shortcuts, some of the Platinum Relics here can actually be harder to get than any of the other games because of the Crash Dash power-up added in that the original design of the levels never...
So some people still have ads. Oopsies! Thank you thank you for the 7 stream streak, 15-bit god. Wow. Anyways. Have y'all heard about Sweet Frequency? She's a good person. She's a kind person. She's made me very confident. I don't know. Whenever I hang out with her, I feel like I become a better person. Does that make sense? Like, she's the type of friend that, like, you spend time with her, and then you're just like, you feel like you've learned more about yourself. You've learned how to be a better person. And you feel like you're a better person. Like, it just feels better. Welcome in, Danger Doss. Welcome in. The orange rat runs fast. It's so true. The orange rat does. What's a bandicoot, anyways? Someone donate me $1 million bits. Whoa. Returning from ads. I say I'm battling for not buying your game at all. Wait, people have friends like those? I do. I don't know. It's a marsupial. Oh, okay. Hi, the impregnator. Joke's on you, I'm infertile. Ha! You can't impregnate me. I'll impregnate your mom instead. Take that. Oh, I'm pregnant cottontail too. And Sweet Frequency. At the same time. Video. People have friends. I do.
Accounted for, but I still persisted, and here's what I thought were the hardest ones to get.
We're doing
Let's start things off tame with a little trip to a simple stage known as Crash Crush. Well, it's simple enough on the base game at least. You run away from a boulder, but you can't run away from yourself. When going for a Platinum Relic, Jesus H. Crisp. Where in the standard game you get just enough room to see what's coming ahead with the screen placement, with the Crash Dash, that fairness is thrown out of the window. You cannot see what's coming or react to it quick enough because of how fast you move. And if it isn't a bottomless pit or electric gate you need to get around, it's the one thing that will absolutely kill your Platinum runtime. The mines. You hit these mines and don't die, but fly into the air and stop when you hit the floor for a second. This means you can't hit a single one of these things, or else you won't make it to the end in time. And because in the game the mines don't hurt you, they put dozens of them in the stage to avoid. If you're playing normally, they aren't a problem at all, just an annoyance that allows you to make a few mistakes. But running at blistering speeds, unable to see or guess where they'll appear from, or jump over them without seeing a pit they're sitting right next to, is infuriating. This level has no business being this difficult to platinum, but it is. So I'm gonna bitch. Hits right next to enemies that are invulnerable.
I do have friends in Crush. I do.
Ice
yes.
physics, rolling wheels of hate, awkward box placement, ice physics, wooden log traps that crush you instantly if you haven't optimized your run before that point. Ice physics, icicles that hurt you if you aren't running perfectly fast by them, which isn't always guaranteed because of Long John Seal over here. Oh, and did I mention that this level has ice physics? Oh, and how about this for taking the piss?
To
At the
work.
start of the stage, you have these weird-looking
Hey, I'll
platforms
have you know, while my entire country is covered in snow and ice all the time, my bed is literally within arm's reach of me now. Well, mostly, like, I'm holding onto my bed frame right now. Does that help? I'm not I'm moving like, I don't know, like an arm. It's like an extra arm length. I have to lean over. Like, yeah. So there's no ice in my bedroom. I keep it nice and toasty warm. Honestly, it gets nice and steamy in here. So steamy. Purist NACL, welcome in. Salt, how are you doing? Reacting to one of my favorite YouTubers? Awesome. Welcome in. And thank you for the 3-stream streak. But remember, all the seals? I mean, they're everywhere. They're honestly oodles of seals in Canada. It's everywhere. But the bed is cold and lonely. You're so right. You're right.
And in the Insane Trilogy, if you land anywhere other than dead center onto these platforms, you waste time as Crash automatically hops to the middle before the platform even starts moving. So you need to make sure on every run that you land dead center into this platform so it moves instantly. Why?
You know how in showbiz everybody says to each other, break a leg? Do you reckon in Snowbiz they all say to each other, keel over and die?
Hanging out, unlike its namesake, isn't very relaxing and doesn't lead to anything sexy.
You
begin having to deal with a windy namesake isn't very
say to each other, keel over and die.
Okay.
Hanging out, unlike its namesake, isn't very relaxing and doesn't lead to anything sexy. You begin having to deal with a windy...
Wait, if I hang out with women, they'll fuck me? I'm learning so much. Oh! Okay, I've been hanging out with women a lot. I hang out with a lot of women. Does that mean I'm gonna get laid? Fuck yeah!
To each tunnel that the camera isn't fast enough to catch up with you on, meaning that you can't really see the rolling barrels of acid or the robots barreling towards you like they just saw the ice cream van. That isn't the worst of it though, because this level requires rushing as fast as possible during these monkey bar segments, which are unbearably awkward when you realize that in order to get the platinum, you cannot stop once during these moments. See this? Yep, even if you stop for that long, you're screwed. So the very second you jump onto those metal grates, your positioning and timing needs to be absolute. During the monkey swinging and before before you reach the monkey swinging. So if you have a pinpoint perfect run in the platforming moments, but started the level at the incorrect millisecond, by the time you reach these bars, the timing of these robots is out of whack and you won't be able to rush by without stopping or dying.
Which, by the way,
That's
if you
painful.
want for Relic, you can't do.
And there's no accurate...
Okay, so question. Is Caddicarus a masochist? Because the more I see here, the more I'm thinking masochist. And no, there's no problem with that. I'm a masochist. I'm a sadist as well. I get it. I enjoy the entire spectrum. But yes, every speedrunner is a masochist. Okay, so I'm glad that I'm not wrong about that. I was just like feeling like, yeah, this feels like a masochist kind of thing to do, you know?
To sacrifice for this, until this part, where I then used it on the nitro crates, making me unable to rush by the electrified water, meaning I wasted too much time and didn't get the platinum. Damn, this was a hard one. Ruination makes this mini list not because of the tricky platforming, the enemies, or the explosive crates, because truth be told, they aren't too difficult to get around with the incredibly blocky and straight level design. It makes it on this list for two reasons only.
Of course.
One, the timing of getting around the flaming tiki heads without stopping and waiting. God damn, it's so precise.
They must have eaten a barbecue for lunch.
And two, very annoyingly, these singular 3 platforms right here near the end of the stage. Trying to jump from each of these slippery physics, multiple directions they move towards and away from the screen, and moving while they're off screen so that you have no idea where to position your next jump until it's too late, sucked all the fun out of running this stage. You could have had the most flawless run and avoided all of the bastarding tiki head flames from pure luck.
That looks
but
horrifying.
Just because you failed this bit near the ending, you've got to start the whole stage again.
No!
I don't think I need to explain why Totally Bear is on this list because, well, look at it. But in case you can't see, let me spell it out. You can't see. But that isn't the only problem. If you want to play this totally normally, Totally Bear is a fine level, not too challenging, but the Platinum Relic requires you to use a dash ability as much as possible. The dash lasts for about a second and then takes another second or so to cool down before you can use it again. And not only is the level pitch black, meaning you can't see what you're dashing into, but most of the level is filled with jumps that can only be cleared by performing a dash jump. So you need to decide in the middle of the dark if you're going to dash right now and then not have a dash ready for a jump that needs it, or don't dash right now and end up wasting too much time while you save the dashing only for the jumps that need it. Look, you're riding a baby polar bear towards a husk of nothing. I shouldn't need to explain why this is hard. I'm not in court.
This then
Doesn't they do this all the time, Solid?
Crash 3,
gosh.
the game that introduced the time trial relics in the first place, and gave us the crash dash for the first time. So logically, you'd think that because the game was built with the crash dash in mind, everything from this point onwards would be much easier.
Yeah!
Wishful thinking!
To be fair, though, in terms of difficulty,
I'm an
I'd say
optimist.
this was one of the easier
What can I
ones to
say?
fully platinum, purely because it was designed to be rushed to a certain extent. It's still not easy, God no, but compared to the others, it's not as bad. And by the way, again, yes, I am using the Insane Trilogy version of the game for the sake of consistency in this video. And if anything, because of some of the physics and vehicle control changes in this version,
watch the
this is
Jesus
arguably
special?
the
Okay,
hardest way
okay.
to get all the Platinum Relics anyway, so you're welcome, Internet.
Oh great, what's that? It's my ego.
Anyway, I think it's high time.
Bro, same. Listen, I have friends that literally are telling me that I need to learn how to become cocky. Like, they're like, you're so unconfident that we need to just, like, teach you to be, like, overly cocky. Like, you need to be full of yourself because I feel like that will balance you out. Like, they think that if, like, I really try to be just, like, I'm better than everyone sucks compared to me, that I'm gonna just, like, naturally, like, mellow into a proper place because of my confidence is so fucking low that they're just like, please tell us that you're better than everyone else. Please tell us that you're the most attractive person on the planet. Please tell us that you're smarter and prettier and cooler than anyone else who's ever lived. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of just a little goober. I'm none of that. I'm just here. I'm just here. And they're like, please, I beg of you, style on us, pretend I breathe. I love to be cocky, but not with people. No.
We get this list started. I'm ready for this. Let's go.
Everyone is sex compared to me.
Damn you.
So true. Everyone is sex compared to me.
Fireman. High Time sees you traveling through the world of Arabian Nights as you hop along magic carpets that won't stay still to screw up your jumps, and you'll run straight into the jaws of fire, caused by the locals throwing all of their rubbish out of the windows.
I guess this means they drink petroleum.
These two elements are enough to mess up the most perfect of runs, and the irritating thing is that they occupy most of the stage, and are both built around a looping AI that no matter how hard you try, will never be exactly the same on each attempt, causing you to miss countless jumps. or you can just fall through the platforms entirely, because
What?
who needs platforms in a platformer? And if you haven't got an Aku Aku mask to sacrifice for the fire pits, that means you are stuck waiting, which means that you need to put your controller down and start drinking battery acid. Hog Ride is a
Don't do
horrid
that.
level to perfect for a Platinum Relic.
I'm
Luckily,
sorry,
I've done it
sorry.
so many times now, it isn't too taxing for me.
Welcome
but
back
just
to Star Trek,
getting
no
to that
worries.
point made me want to
Welcome back.
shave with a cactus. The level
What?
of practice you need to perform the utter absurd stipulation of getting a platinum on this
Physics
stage is
be
a
like-
joke. But not a funny joke. A joke that I hate so much that I have to write a letter of complaint to the BBC. What you need to do in Hog Ride to get a platinum relic is start boosting on the first speed pad you see. And then... that's it. Good luck. For the entire stage, you cannot lose this boost. And while you're boosting, your turning is so slow and heavy, even my knees think, damn, I wish I was as stiff as that.
Oh.
If the road were
Oh,
empty, it
God.
would be fine. But it isn't. There are other races.
I don't even know what to recommend. My knees are healthy and fine. I apparently, if you lift weights when you're very young, it actually helps strengthen and build up the amount of what do you call that stuff? Cartilage in your knees, so your knees stay healthier for longer. So like that's why they recommend like once your spine has stopped growing, then like doing like squats and stuff like that with weights are actually really good at, and like actually like working out can actually build up the cartilage a little bit. But like they say, especially starting like as like a younger person, like a teenager, not a child. And so my fears are finally feeling it now that I'm approaching 31. So I'm fine so far, cause you're young. No, but like it says but like they said that it will stay that way longer. My legs have birth damage. As a 19-year-old, my bones and joints hurt all the time. That's a problem. I hear Cotton's knees are good for leg locking. I would love to see some proof. I'm a visual learner. I think she's gonna have to she's gonna have to show me that, isn't she? I think she's gonna have to show me that. Otherwise, I'm not believing that. I need to see the quality of her knees up close and personal as her legs destroy my spine, throat, neck, and head. You know. Do it to her. I will do it for her. Just imagine have like the Maggie Simpson do it for her thing up on the wall. Would that be too parasocial to make? Make myself a Maggie Simpson do it for her, but it's all for Cottontail? Would that be too parasocial? I don't know. That just came to my mind here. I threw my back out when I was 16. I'm so sorry. Is that it? I already have a lifestyle standee. You mean that shrine to your left? Well, yeah, I do have the shrine to the left, but I don't have a do it for her Maggie Simpson kind of thing, you know? I wouldn't ask too much. I doesn't ask for too much in life. I don't. Have you ever been? No, I haven't, Gloria. I haven't. And we're not friends. She doesn't know me personally. I'm not too para. Okay, I'm just a silly girl on the internet who flirts with her, who she seems to flirt back with, and sometimes watches her videos. And anyways, I have a crush on her. That's what it is. It's a one-way relationship, though. I don't know. Maybe she's enjoying my existence and she enjoys flirting with me and she thinks I'm silly and cute and funny and she's called me sexy before. Anyways, demand such a contract. Yes.
Into you and ruin the boost. Ramps that if you go over will ruin your boost, and police cars that peacefully sit there and do nothing. Which let's be honest, is not
I
really.
can't let this go by without acknowledging it. Zoe says, "Lumi, why do you give up the same energy as my dog right now?" I've been told that I do have puppy girl energy, if I'm being honest. You're making this Bandicoot, Lumi? Bandicoot puppy! This video's gonna be a month long.
At all. The time crates as well, they all need to be broken to get the relic, but they're positioned in places where you need to preemptively turn into them and then preemptively turn out of them to slip through the gaps that are just about as wide as your bike. And by the way, the edge of the road also ruins your boost, so Hog Ride in essence is a tightrope walk on a motorbike.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter if you wait behind the starting line for ages for all of the other races to leave the track. You still have to deal with some of the tightest, flawless driving you'll ever experience in any game. And yes, all of the future bike levels are a piece of cake compared to this one, because they have moments where keeping your boost going is impossible, and time crates that are in the air that you have to ramp jump over, which will ruin your boost. So you have no choice but to slow down, but can still get the platinum. Here though, nah, you gotta keep the boost going for the entire thing, and it's also harder on the Insane Trilogy than on the original game because of the control differences. Hog Ride? At this point, I'd prefer riding a hog. And I think Crash wants to ride one in another way.
Whoa! Good for him.
Sphinxinator. What
Good
a
for him.
boneheaded troll of a stage this is to Platinum. I mean, it starts with you needing to ignore the clock, head backwards, fire at the clock with your bazooka from a distance, and then hit the crates that were originally behind you because now they've become time stoppers. After that, it's you and the whim of the stage, subjecting you to whatever it feels like at whatever time it feels like. Sure, there are some skill-based elements you can master to cut down the seconds, like Death Tornado spin gliding across these moving platforms to skip them, or working out how to get by this awkward stack of TNT crates sandwiched between time crates. Particularly annoying since you can't tank through here and need to save Aku Aku for the final invincibility stretch at the end of the level. But the rest of it, so Beck help me, where do I begin? Fast-moving platforms that leave too big of a gap to skip quickly unless they're timed perfectly. Closing doors that stay shut for ages unless you time your run through perfectly. Flamethrower men whose left and right pattern changes by the millisecond depending on how well your run has gone up to that point.
I don't like the scientist being like Egyptian themed. It looks weird. I don't like the design. Oh, breathe in and breathe out, Lumi. Okay. Played the first Mortal Kombat game when I was 17. Ooh, Mortal Kombat's such a fun game, Poison Lover. It's so good.
Ice physics across oily floors that also have giant block traps falling from the ceiling. Most of the Platinum Relic here is just luck.
In the beginning, there was Bandicoot.
Luckily, our next level doesn't rely on luck.
But that doesn't make it good.
Hot Cocoa is the most unique level in the entire series for one reason. It's non-linear. You have to search for a nitro detonator box hidden in the level in order to clear the row of nitro crates blocking the exit, and Aku Aku isn't a thing that can cheese it for you. So you need to find the best possible route of hitting enough time crates on your way to the detonator and on your way back to end the level. You can't hit too many on the way there, or you'll have none on the way back. There's like 70 boxes that you can choose from and multiple directions and angles you can take. There's a lot to consider when picking the most optimal route for you. And this wouldn't be so bad if the jet ski controls weren't as bad as my self-esteem. I've been over this before, but it bears repeating and grinding into dust. The jet ski controls are the worst.
God, I want women to grind me into dust with their feet, thighs, and or boobs.
Part of the Insane trilogy as a whole.
and or makes it funnier to me.
My love for the game as it stands, when trying to get the Platinum Relic for Hot Cocoa, it's borderline unplayable. You skim and slide over the water with the most slippery controls imaginable and with a stupidly wide turning circle. So when your route involves being up close and personal with multiple mines.
It was hired by Sony? Jeez.
By the end of your run, you would have learned a brand new language with naughty words and phlegm. The time limit is so tight too, so you end up experimenting with different routes, which means different timings of different moving mines and different angles across different ramps, and it's so easy to miss every box or to hit the ones you really didn't want to hit. I could barely hit the time trial clock half the time before even starting the stage. Look at this. The best time I could get legitimately was right here, only overtaken by the glitch run I did ages ago where you could do this. And trust me, after only a few tries of Hot Cocoa, you will be tempted to do this. But if you want to see the route that I figured out legit, try copying it for yourself. It's right here. Not that it will save you from the controls though, but it's something, right? Future Tense, the new level added
face.
into the
Hey, don't look at us, young lady.
Entirely from the ground up by Vicarious Visions. It's designed to be the hardest level in Crash 3, and it is the hardest level in Crash 3, which naturally makes it the hardest to speedrun. Future Tense is so difficult that it makes me want to run away and put up a load of future tense. It's got everything. Time crates hidden in death-defying places.
I thought Sheep was going to be in that for some reason.
Platforms, plasma gates that time themselves on and off, enemies that are briefly invulnerable and move in weird patterns, enemies that are briefly invulnerable and don't move in weird patterns.
Cat had real rage moment? Oh, Hot Cocoa's Relic? Oh god, no.
The need for you to not get hit at all so you can exploit Aku Aku invincibility halfway through the stage. Platforms that become unusable at inconvenient times. This level has it all. It takes every single frustrating aspect of Platinum Relic running from every other classic Crash level and blends it together into a milkshake only good
I love this so
OAP.
much.
Just look at this. Look at this.
Well, I don't love this. I love how insane this is. I feel so bad for him. This is horrible.
Through this.
I think it's about time that we move on to Crash Team Racing now, and yes, just before you say anything, I will be using footage from the remake, just for consistency in this video and because it looks nicer. Oh, also, it's the same designed tracks, and it's got the same time crates. It's the same game, just it looks nicer and controls a little bit differently.
That's
Plus,
valid.
with the insane speeds you can reach in this version, I think some of the relics are harder to get on PS4 anyway, because it's way too easy to totally overshoot jumps and fly over the boxes.
Insane.
I made getting the relics harder for myself.
Definitely not Diva. Thank you for the follow.
I know. No need to bow down. It's fine. I've got kids here that already do that for me.
This game, personally, I ended up finding one of the easiest to platinum, which I really wasn't expecting. Still not easy, far from it, but much easier than the other games by quite a long way. When Crash Team Racing originally rolled around, I don't think anybody expected them to bring the platforming collectathon elements of classic Crash over to the kart racing mechanics, but they damn well did. Not for the regular races, but for the extra challenge races you unlocked after earning the main game trophies. One of those challenges of which being the time trials, rewarding you with the same time trial relics as the previous games. The objective here is the same: rush through the track as fast as possible, but with 3 very important differences. Firstly, you don't unlock a new speed turbo power-up or anything, you just need to perfect the mechanic of drift boosting and use it as much as possible, which is kind of a pain when you need to aim accurately at the time crates
Brandon Harrell, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Time crates are everywhere, so many to the point meaning that you'll have to ignore some crates and save them for different routes on future laps. And thirdly, hitting all of the crates rewards you with a 10-second deduction, which is a massive bonus, and a brilliant reward for bringing in the smashing all boxes mechanic from the original games. With all of that being said, though, there were a few tracks here I
who's this lady?
By complete accident.
Wait, who's this lady?
Which was a good sign.
Who the fuck is this lady?
There were 2 stages where I was able to miss a box, reverse to hit the box, and still win the platinum. And some tracks like Cortex Castle or Oxide Station were so fun to speed through.
I don't like this,
I ended up
man.
burning the platinums without even hitting every
Is that his girlfriend or
missing
ex-girlfriend?
the 10-second deduction I figured that I would have needed. But that doesn't
Tanya.
mean there aren't some bollock-ripping tracks, though, because here they are. First
Tanya,
off, Coco Park.
Crash's girlfriend. Aww. Very good girlfriend.
Coco
10 out of
Park
10.
is without a doubt the easiest
10 out of
track in
10.
Crash Team Racing. It's big, wide, and has no sharp turns at all. But going for that Platinum Relic for me proved to be quite the tickler, all because of one fatal flaw: the final hill of the course. The amount of times you will try and fail to fly off the edge of this hill to grab these boxes to the left is unfathomable. I've tried multiple speeds from multiple angles, and it still seems like total luck to me. And this single Sekiro-level jump hiding in the easiest course of the game isn't all. There's also time crates hidden behind the same hill on the ground that you will never be able to see or aim towards before jumping off the hill that you will need to do to get the boost. You will drive by these things at least once, even if you have a rough idea where they'll be. And on an easy track, missing these really few boxes makes you feel like a complete
Okay, so
idiot.
her name is Tana. Good old Tana. She's a ton of fun, isn't she? Real seems like she's got a ton of freaking clothes. Women, am I right? They should sit on my face.
And I'm not an idiot.
I do forget to breathe. I'm sorry, Listen, my ADHD is really bad, and I do forget to breathe sometimes. But if I'm focusing on something like talking or thinking about something else, women, cotton, hi, and or what? Sometimes, honestly, watching this video, I stop breathing. I forget. I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. Oh, I almost died. Great.
Engine's Lab. This is an awkward-ass track to race in while trying to boost constantly and hit all the time crates, mostly due to the endless 90-degree turns and crates hidden behind other corners that you can't quite see around until it's too late. Also, at the end of the lab, you get given a ton of 3-second crates all stacked up in a grid. And I, for the life of me, cannot figure out the best strategy to smash them all efficiently without wasting time within the first 2 laps. I wasn't able to get the platinum even by starting the race reversing into them. However you look at it, it's unintuitive and feels like a pointless hurdle that you can very easily mess up, costing you the Platinum Relic. I also really hate the way the PlayStation logo sticker throbs whenever you speed boost. It's very distracting, and it made me fall off this end of the track at least 6 times. By the way, that's another thing. This track puts too many boxes right on the edge of bottomless pits that you cannot
special
fall
place.
In, but still somehow you have to speed pass. What is this? Blizzard Bluff is only hard to platinum for one reason, and anybody who's played this stage knows what I'm about to say. 2 words. This f***ing jump.
Oh wait, that's 3.
This is it. This is the only reason this stage is such a chore to get the Platinum Relic on. I mean, I suppose the ice physics can be kind of annoying, but those issues pale. They squeal in comparison to this bumbling piss stick of a jump right here. You not only have to be going as fast as humanly possible
to Crash's Mario,
which means not getting squashed by this
but they broke up for
stupid
some reason.
stone, but you also have to be boosting while controlling yourself on ice physics so that you don't crash, while hitting all of the time crates placed in such a way that I swear it was designed to point a laugh at me even when I got the jump correct. I'm playing as Gorilla Monkey Anus Face for this one.
What?
Hapu Papu is many things. He's a belly, He's a terrible boss fight, he's a laughing stock,
Papu want in action.
Oh, that feels racist.
and he's
Well,
a
that feels
stereotype. But he
racist.
has his own racetrack in Crash Team Racing, one of my favorites in fact, Papu's Pyramid. But getting the Platinum Relic for it makes me want to snap my own neck while I'm screaming out loud. First of all, you've got to go around the track as fast as
I don't know if
possible,
Louis
which
is
makes
lying,
sense.
I'm
It is a time trial.
Am
But
I
if you go
meowing?
too fast, you'll fly straight over
Is
the
it
only
racist
chance
yet?
you have to hit certain time boxes.
You think so? I'm
Secondly,
glad
you've
it's
got to
racist,
perform
at least.
a very
That's
awkward
acknowledgeable.
jump right off of the edge of the track in order to hit a clump of boxes going against common sense, and with it being at a ridiculously weird angle that's very easy to mess up. Thirdly, this stage is guilty of the crime of placing
monkey.
some of these crates in the most dangerous
I know.
and downright silly of places that are not only immensely difficult to hit while driving quickly, but even harder to hit without being instantly killed by the traps placed right next to them. Get out of my face and let me race before I fold you up and shove you into a green pipe, dick. You all saw this one coming, right? Sewer
No.
Speedway? I'd say this level
Oh,
is
God,
the
no.
hardest one to Platinum Relic by far, and it's
Oh,
on
no.
the first world of the
Stereotype
adventure
people
mode, so
from-
well done
yeah.
to whoever chose to put it there. The easy culprit alone for why this track is so difficult is, of course, that horrible shortcut jump that you have to land at least once to grab a load of hidden time crates. But that's not actually what I dislike about this
no.
level, believe it or not. Check it, I can perform this jump nearly every single time I try it. Once you know you need to take the ramp before it, dead straight before you jump after performing a boost from the inside of another pipe, it's really
Okay,
not an
okay.
issue. What I have
Howdy,
an issue
hi,
with
Oni.
is the ditch-like level design that doesn't work too well with the camera and hides
Yeah, I
time
know,
crates
right,
in its
Garpenter?
crevices
Sometimes, like, you just,
so
like,
well
you're like,
that
oh,
you
everything
will
was so
miss a good
racist.
handful of the crates on your first few attempts. The
then.
camera in this track likes to screw you over more than anything else,
So
actually. One
bad,
of the first
but
jumps
yes.
hides a box on the ground after you
Okay,
land.
they made
that
me
you
a
just
pirate.
have to
That's
guess
awesome.
the position of as you land. There are crates hidden behind the corners of some of the edges of the sewer pipes, and there's even these 3 crates here that can't all be hit on the 3 laps because of the shortcut lap you need to take that avoids them. So hitting all of these alone is enough
no.
to pay. I could also complain about the giant toxic barrels that roll back and forth just slowly enough that predicting what edge of the tunnel you need to be on is a pipe dream. But more egregious to me is this box.
Valid,
This
valid.
singular
No.
box. Right here.
No.
Looks very easy to get, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Well,
right there.
You won't get it. Approach it fast, you miss. Approach it slowly, you miss.
Oh,
Approach
God.
it straight, you miss.
No.
Approach it crooked, you miss. Approach it while jumping, you miss. Approach it while not jumping, you miss. To this
Okay.
day, I still have no idea how to hit this crate without the will of God. And whenever I do hit it successfully, that run is later ruined by the toxic barrels and other hidden boxes cowering in the curves of the half pipe that I can't quite see around.
And then after all of that, I had to Platinum Relic every level in Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex.
Oh, interesting, Guard.
So my day was going great.
Oh.
Wrath of Cortex is a very polished game that has no flaws whatsoever. You see these neon feather reflections? You see
Yes.
this falling down animation activating when being burned in lava? You see these floating eyes after a pitfall
This is
death?
my game?
All of
Oh,
that
God.
was clearly intentional.
Oh, God.
If you were
Oh,
to class
God.
this game as Crash 4, which I suppose it is in Japan, then this is the official final Crash platformer with the exact same mechanics and gameplay structure as Crash 3. With that being said, getting the Platinums here was thoroughly unenjoyable because the levels are either way too difficult or way too easy and totally boring. There's no in-between with Wrath of Khan. I mean, there were tons of levels that I could have picked for this mini-list. I would
I'll
say
rewatch Wrath
Smokey
of
and the
Khan.
Bandicoot
It's been a
for the
while.
uncontrollably slippery Jeep controls, but the time limit for the Platinum is so generous you can basically rush through it while missing a ton of time crates. I would say Crash Roids because of how quickly you can blow up. I would say Avalanche for that nightmare sequence of speed snowboarding down a hill, totally unable to see which time crates you need to hit. And I would say Banzai Bonsai for the much heavier platforming style of Coco, making things just a little bit harder than necessary. But all of these things didn't end up making the cut. So these levels I picked will go to
Okay.
show you how bugged they
Because
are
that's
for
game,
getting
he
a
never
Platinum.
talked about it.
The Gauntlet. I mean, the
That's
level
the
is
problem.
named after exactly
Wrath
what
of
it is.
Cortex.
It's a gauntlet.
It's
a
not- okay,
giant
you enjoyed
trial
it.
of seemingly endless obstacles, enemies, and death traps that will turn you bald. The timings of the obstacles are annoying time wasters when you approach them wrong. You need to keep as many Aku Aku masks on you as possible to survive some of the enemy attacks when you are unable to defend yourself. And there's no feeling quite like making it to the very last corner of the
Okay.
gauntlet, only to press yourself into a
Interesting.
pancake.
Cortex!
Coral Canyon,
Cortex!
a water level in a game where all of the water levels suck the life out of me. I majorly
good.
dislike the water levels in Wrath of Cortex for how overly spacious everything is, and yet despite that, how suddenly enemies and instant death traps can appear because they come from the other end of the screen that isn't even visible because the level is so huge. And that's the biggest problem here,
no.
trying to rush these levels with enemies appearing from thin air, thin water, while trying to figure out where the hell the time crates even are because you don't get enough of a view of the level on a single screen. Oh, did I also mention that most of this level takes place in a submarine that really needs to go on a diet? In this thing, you don't only move like a tank, but you are a huge target. Can
This is
barely attack
insane.
fast enough to react to the hundreds of enemies.
Okay,
And the
okay, the only game that has good water levels and underwater levels, It's Pokemon. Pokemon Emerald, like Red, Ruby, Sapphire. Diving levels, those things slap. That thing's cool. I love diving in Pokemon. I think that's the only time I've liked the water levels on a game. Like, that wasn't like a pure, like, I'm like, if there's like an underwater game, then maybe that's fine. But like, if it's a game that's not always underwater, the fact that it is, Pokemon is good at that. And I'm really excited for the new ones because it looks like we're getting diving back, and I want my diving Pokemon back. Enjoy Assassin's Creed's Black Place underwater segments. Oh, I forgot about those. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Genshin has underwater segments? Never found that before. I've never played that far into it. Keep saying enjoyable as a do, but I do know he did. If he's doing something you make you upset, you shouldn't be doing it. Yep. Water levels should just be left in the past. Scarlet Rain, welcome in, darling. Welcome in. Not Pokemon ones. I want my diving levels back. Oh my goodness. How can we get a shout out for Scarlet Rain? Welcome in, Scarlet. How you doing, darling? How you doing, kitty? I'm planting videos. Far Cry 3 had a good one segment. Okay, I haven't played that. It's completely optional. That's fine. That's fair. That's fair. Spyro 2 had some good. I had never played Spyro 2. Hi, girl. Just warming up to wax to make some stuff. Nice. If you don't know, everyone, you can go to Waifu Wix and you can get some amazing, amazing candles and scents, including one featuring me, the little luminous red. You can go and do that. And Scarlett is the CEO of said company, I believe. CEO, owner, big honcho, boss lady, queen patootie, girl with all the power who will make you cry. She won't make you cry, she'll make you happy. But yeah, she also is a DJ VTuber that has a lot of fun. All of the above, damn right. She's also a DJ VTuber and a lot of fun, so go check out Scarlet Rain XIV. And also, yeah, go buy candles. They're awesome. They're freaking awesome. What about Mario Sunshine? I never played Mario Sunshine, honestly. Like, you try? I made a show. I mean, weird sentence.
Casing gets completely obliterated if you so much as touch a goldfish. That, and here's a bugger, when you're out of the sub, did you know that the fast swim move you have, to fast swim, doesn't get you the Platinum Relic by default? No, because you need to know to use the Death Tornado spin move. Yeah, underwater, which you can't do in any other Crash game. So if this was the quickest way to move in the first place, why give
14th of her name, so
swim
true,
button?
so true.
Why is steering during the spin like turning an oven dial? Why do we even need a sub if we're more safe and deadly being out in the open? If this is Coral Canyon, then where did the coral go?
Cortex!
Eskimo Roll's Platinum Relic is best described as being the same thing that Crash is rolling around in. A massive lumpy ball. I think I'm one of the few people who will defend the ball rolling stages in Wrath of Cortex until I die. I think they're great fun. But when thrown into level design like this that you have no choice but to speed through, it all becomes wretched. This is easily the most perilous ball rolling stage in the game and is desperate at every opportunity for you to lose control of yourself and fly directly into a conveniently placed Bandicoot rolling ball vehicle shaped hole, which ends up happening all the time. Not counting the times that you're trying to be careful and get sucked into the hole's irresistible grasp. Oh, and who's this?
God, my hole has an irresistible grasp so bad, so freaking intensely. Just sadly, anyone's got close to it. So what am I talking about? It, the whole of my personality. I swear.
Why, it's Dingodile firing randomly in scattered patterns right where you need to be. And since you have to rush this stage, if he's firing at you as you roll by, you'll end up turning your nice solid ball into a hard-boiled egg. Oh look, it's Tiny Tiger as well. What the hell are you gonna do to me after all the previous games?
No!
Oh god, don't nudge me. That's my one weakness.
My one weakness.
Here we are
Gentle
attempting
nudging.
Platinum Rush in Gold Rush, one of the longest damn stages in all of Crash 4, which in itself is already a problem if you fail on any one of the number of tricky platforming segments and the doomsday obstacles in your way, because you've got a marathon of a stage to get back through in order to try again. It also has some very interesting physics, but the biggest flick in the nuts when it comes to Gold Rush are the utterly absurd stipulations you must comply to in order to make the Platinum Relic work. You see these areas here? Taking into account that this happens to you if you fall from the monkey bars, do you think that means that this is the fastest way you have to get around them? No! In fact, the game expects you to figure out that you need to glitch by the out-of-bound areas with post-hit invincibility from Aku Aku in order to walk on areas usually impossible to reach so that you can skip the monkey bars. This is the only stage that allows you to do this with pits that could usually kill you even if you've got an invincible Aku Aku mask on.
How dare you do that, Crash! This is a Christian channel!
Cortex!
For me, Droid Void
ODT,
was
thank you for
pure
the follow. Welcome
misery
in.
to try and Platinum Relic because it has everything I hate in a difficult time trial. A needless giant target vehicle type that is weaker than a
speed
flip-flop,
run?
a preposterous stage length,
This is
timed
the speed
obstacles
run,
that
kinda.
slow you down or kill you if you don't figure out how they work, long and horrifically boring parts that you find yourself redoing over and over again. Crash, how are you so slow on the monkey bars when your body is nothing but one giant peck? This monkey bar intro, though, is the cherry on top of the cake
That was
of
terrifying.
lies. Who decided this was an acceptable speed of movement, even for the regular game? It takes you nearly a minute at the start of every attempt just
I
to
can't
get
talk.
to the
I'm so bad
actual
at me
challenging
too.
parts
Scarlet,
of the
me too.
platform,
I'm horrible.
by which time you
I'm
die
horrible
trying
at
to
it.
learn it, and so then you're right back at the start again. And the tricky
Oh,
platforming
God.
is just one thing. This
Oh,
mech
God.
that Crash rides, where totally fine in the
What the
standard
fuck is
game,
that?
is hellish to use in a
is
platinum
that?
run.
What is
Mostly due
that?
to the Wumper cannon never going off when you need it to for no reason whatsoever. You can't skip these parts. You need to blow the crates up, but I rarely can. What is this? You hold the button to aim and let go of the button to fire. Why
His
am I
power-
dropping the gun and not firing it, Rash? Taking that aside, though, like I mentioned, you're a huge
I
target
know,
that's
it's
about
okay,
as brittle as a
Scarlet.
champagne flute. Your jump from a standstill is painfully slow, and you need an Aku Aku hit point to skip this enemy, or the platinum isn't yours.
I hated every waking second I spent in Droid Void.
Whoa! Love the sound effects. Love the sound
Not as
effects.
much as the time I spent in Crash Nitro Kart.
And may
Oh,
I just
God,
say
no.
that Crash Nitro Kart is one of the most flawless games I've ever played. I have no doubt in my mind that this was one of the worst games to platinum every level on. At its release, Crash Nitro Kart was met with mixed reception, and I'll tell you straight away why that is. The controls feel like you just ran over a deer. Okay, it's not that bad, I'm exaggerating. It's fine, but it's not a satisfying game to race in when compared to CTR or
God,
even
oh,
Mario
God.
Kart. There's no bounce, no sense of speed, strangely restrictive turning, and the new drift mechanic of giving you more speed the closer you let the drift go before backfiring is nice and all, but for all the platinums, you had better make damn sure that all of your drift boosts are of the last minute perfect type,
Drive a car
which
right
are
now with
very
your
easy
beer?
to mess up.
Hey,
or else
don't
you'll
do
not get on
that,
the platform.
guard printer.
Combined with difficult steering,
Pull
even with
over
the
and
best
get
steering
sober.
character on your team, and you'll be missing boxes all the time, missing
Please scroll over
shortcuts
and
with
get
boxes
sober.
in them all the time. So with all of this being said, most of the levels were maddeningly difficult.
Also,
for the
don't
exact
text
same
and drive
reasons.
too.
But what did I think about the hardest
Jeez.
ones? This level is called... And it has multiple traps that move very quickly and can't touch you once.
Oh, it's
boxes
actually
placed
oh,
over the
okay.
edges of the bottomless pits that you have to steer away from the track to reach and then back onto the track again just in the right amount of time. There's an ending level squashing trap that you can activate yourself accidentally, and it's extremely long, making any mistake, especially on the last lap, extra annoying. But I didn't find it anywhere near as annoying as... Barren Ruins. As a whole, the track and box placements within it aren't really the issue, it's standard stuff. What becomes a problem is the aforementioned control style having a right good steam in your face while you're trying to hit some of the trickier ones. Keeping your speed up and steering correctly while avoiding these tiny bumps in the road is pretty aggravating, but the worst offender of bump placement in a kart racer of all time happens at the very end of this lap, where you're required, at max possible speed, to jump from here,
interesting,
land at the
Autopilot.
correct spot, and activate a successful string of perfect boosts while steering around this bump that can mess the entire pattern up, while then performing a successful ramp jump from another bump to not only land into the shortcut, but hit all the boxes contained within. If one of these things isn't done right, you aren't making this jump, and the retries I have for it are staggering. I even tried cheating it, I got so frustrated, but that ended up wasting more time than saving it, so I suppose you can say now that my day has been barren ruined. Deep sea driving is hard for one reason and one reason only. It isn't the shortcuts,
water level?
it isn't the box locations, it isn't the slowing down mud sections, it's these fan blades. They're way too big, they're way too fast, there's way too many of them, you can't get touched by them once on all 3 laps, and I think they should deep sea die in a hole. This is a shock,
Valid,
isn't it?
valid,
the final
valid.
race course is one of the hardest to platinum. What? Well, it is, obviously. Hyperspaceway
would've
is a
thought?
crazy track that has many shifts in course design during a single lap. It's got the most traps, it's got the most pitfalls, it's got the tightest turns, it's got the longest laps, making even the smallest mistake make me feel sick at the thought of trying again, and it has without
Rainbow
a doubt
Road
the
of Hell?
hardest shortcut
Okay,
in the
okay.
whole game to get right. This one requires constant boosting and absolute speed in order to clear the gap. And there's even mud on the track right before the biggest gap to slow you down even if you are boosting. Oh, but if you go too fast before reaching the shortcut that you need to go fast on, you could just hop your way over the boxes you need to break like a cute little bunny that I now want to hunt down and skin. None of these tracks, though, compare
keep
even
scaring me.
slightly to the
I keep getting
mental
scared by this,
damage
man. What the
that
fuck?
Jungle Boogie gave to me. This is one of the
Boogie?
first levels of the game, so how could it possibly be this bad? Oh, it is.
Oh, KV. Is that a curiosity on screen? Hi, KV. Can we get a shout out for KV? Klein Voidemond in chat. How are you doing, adorable, adorable lady? It's been so long. I'm doing amazing. I'm doing great. How are you now doing, you gorgeous girl? Oh, mods, where are you? We need to shout out a pretty woman in chat. Hi, KV. Thank you, mods. Sorry, I was impatient. Very good. Hi. I'm proofreading, Lumi. I'm sorry. How's stream been? It's been a lot of fun so far. I've been watching videos. I talked to chat. When I was chatting, I got a little bit unhinged. Hey, chat, was I a little unhinged? I think. Shout out or shout out? I'm gonna shout at her. All the compliments and praise I possibly can. Oh my goodness, but thank you for dropping by. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're doing good. More than usual. Yee. Yeah! I don't know what's wrong with me. It was weird. It was underestimated. I felt off. You're always unhinged. Thank you. But I hope you're having a great day. It's okay. Next time we talk, I'm glazing you so hard. Aw. Good girl. I would love that so fucking much. Please do. I would love that more than you could know. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get back to the video, but thank you so much for dropping by. It makes me so happy when I see my friends drop by. Welcome in, KV.
My God, it is. In order to platinum Jungle, you are required to play the stage perfectly. No mistakes in the slightest.
Don't worry,
Vivi,
Vivi, we're gonna have
at any
time.
point, you've lost. And the biggest joke added into the track is actually right at the very beginning, where I swear to Christ, it doesn't matter what speed you take this jump at, or what angle, or if you boost before it, or if you don't boost
Hi,
before
replayers,
it.
welcome
It
in.
is simply pure luck whether or not
I
you
don't
will even
care.
jump at all and make it across this gap. Then after that, the
it's
same
okay,
applies to the
next week, okay.
shortcut jump. It sometimes works and sometimes just doesn't. And even if you do make it, if you don't boost during the shortcut and hit the time crate on the only chance you have to hit it during the boost, you've got to nail these 2 pixel perfect jumps all over again because you just lost the platinum and need to start again. And this isn't even mentioning the extremely cramped track design compared to every other course, which loves to make some of the boxes way too difficult to hit with your stiff driving controls anyway. By the time I was done with this track, I was convinced that my house was for dinner.
Jesus, really? Oh, this game's on GBA now. Look, it's Crash Bandicoot XS. Crash Bandicoot xylophone saxophone.
No. The way he said pork. It's like, ooh, pork. That broke me. That actually broke me. I'm obsessed with it. When you said good girl like that in a sound wave, it sounded like very much a sound where you have Behemoth saying down. Good girl. Oh, stay down. Good girl.
S, or Crash the Huge Adventure in the USA, is a game I hold very fond memories of from when I was a kid.
Maybe I am
Playing it for hours constantly whenever I was on a long car journey or keeping to myself in the living room while my parents watched TV. So it only seems appropriate to ruin those happy memories with this being on equal footing with Crash 4 and Crash Nitro Kart as the hardest damn game to get the Platinum Relics on. I mean, my lord. Luckily, most of my gripes with the 5 hardest stages are applicable across the board. When trying to rush through these levels, the amount of screen that you can see whenever you're required to go higher or lower into a level makes landing on platforms downright guesswork. And despite being mostly the same kind of platforming in terms of handling from the PS1 side scrolling, the sliding and slide jumps are not the most responsive in this game, which will cause you the most deaths out of any other Crash game when timing any and all jumps. But that's just how I felt about the whole thing. So what were the worst individual levels? Ace of Space. As a general rule, the space levels in this game are the trickiest. For
Is
the
your first
guesswork
one?
on safe platforms to land on, the lack of sound cues when trying to time enemy attacks, and briefly invulnerable hazards.
I can't remember
Not to
the game
mention
I
some
played.
incredibly precise jumps that you have to nail as quick as possible, and with those lovely delayed inputs when it comes to slide jumping. There's nothing particularly stand out about this level compared to the others in the game. It's just a great conglomeration of all the issues the base game has that are now only a major problem because you're crash dashing through it. However, this doesn't apply to No Fly Zone. And the funny thing about No Fly Zone is that you're flying in it. And the funny thing about No Fly Zone is that rushing it is basically impossible since it's an auto-scroller controller away from the screen. You can only go as fast as the level lets you, so that must make it easy, right? Just hit all of the easy boxes, make sure your health doesn't drop, and the platinum is yours.
Well, no!
Because this stage is split up by 3 mini-bosses.
Shadow Slayer, thank you for the follow.
Blimps.
Welcome in.
And in order to get the platinum, you need to make sure that every single shot you take lands on the weak point of these blimps. If more than maybe 2 or 3 shots don't land in the entire stage in total, you've lost. And trying to keep that accurate with the GBA D-pad while missiles get in your way, while the blimp does what it shouldn't be able to do and moves quickly, all of this will really end up getting on your tats. It's very hard to take down these 3 in a row without missing a single hit. But you know, it's possible. So get God.
Get God.
Snow Job is the grossest name for a level I've ever heard, and an absolute nightmare to get the platinum.
God, I want Cottontail to give me a snow job. Ugh. It'll be nice and cold and damp and wet. Oh, hi, Node. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. God, I want Cotton to give me a snow job. Oh, that would be so fucking cold.
Relic on for more reasons than the
What does that mean?
universal
I
ones
don't
when it comes
know.
to how Crash XS handles, because now you have to deal with a lot of extremely fast
I
ice physics
take it.
colliding with the unresponsive slide jumping, and even more displeasingly, a giant, endless, downright cruel section of you needing to run towards the camera on the back of a polar bear
That's terrifying.
while holding the boost button. While the game throws a nuclear assault of insta-kill obstacles and enemies your way that you will not see until it's already too late. The GBA just can't
Let it
keep
go,
up with
Lumi.
you, and it's
No
absolutely
salt.
fine when running at a normal
Let
pace,
it go.
but while boosting,
Let
it's
it go.
practically unplayable.
I want Cotton to give me a snow job. Let it go. Let it go. No, I don't think I will. Let it go. I don't remember those lyrics. Snow job.
Payable. Where am I going?
Full
Where will
cover
the next
dropping
time crate
soon.
be? What's going to kill me in the next millisecond, and why does it last so agonizingly long? I reckon by the time it takes you just to get by this one section of the level, you could...
Can you imagine if I did a full cover of Let It of what's the song? Let It Snow, Let It Go. I can't remember the original title. What if I just did a snow job version of that and no one knows what that means? Let it go. What if I just did a full version about that, but I made it about what if I made it about wanting to get a snow job from a buddy girl? I love you something. Thank you. Oh, that would be peak and also hilarious. I'm gonna think about that for April Fools. So
have a snow job of your own.
Snow
The
job.
final countdown.
Brown.
It's the final level of the game, so it's meant to be the hardest. It's in space, and you all know why that's an issue from Ace
Let
of
it
Space.
go.
That's all I really need to
A
say.
snow job from a
Enemies
snow
everywhere,
bunny.
you can't see where you're landing, platforms that drop you, nitro crates everywhere, it's a really long level. I've got nothing more to add. It's just unpleasant
At
to
some
get the
point,
platinum
Mommy.
on. But not as unpleasant for me as the second grossest name for a level I've ever heard, right after Snow Job.
Let it
Drip,
snow up.
drip,
Two
drip,
lovers
which
discovering
rather make you think
snowstorm.
of something very naughty or a
Yeah.
bad tribute act to Wet Wet
Drip,
Wet.
drop.
Getting a platinum in this state.
Cotton makes me go drip drop.
This dirty dishwater of the stage was easily one of the least
that ketchup
enjoyable
and
things
water?
I've ever done in a Crash game.
Drip, drop.
And why it was so unenjoyable was
Goes to
because,
Lumi.
as a whole, it's not that difficult. So I felt like a moron every time I restarted.
Apparently my hole's pretty difficult because no one's been inside of it. These are too easy. He's just lining them up. I honestly, I feel like these. I almost feel like I'm taking too much low hanging rake. Like I feel like this is just a little bit too easy. I feel like maybe I shouldn't be taking all of these, but like he's just teeing them up. I feel almost rude not to take them. You know, tempted to ask Cotton if she would give you a snow jump. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! I'm peer pressuring you. I don't know what it means. I will figure it. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm peer pressuring you. You have to. You don't have to do that. I don't want you to be uncomfortable or do something you don't want to do. But you have to because peer pressuring. I know she's in a collab. You don't have to do it right now. Please don't do that. Do not bother her in a collab. That would be very rude. Please don't do that. But you have to because I'm peer pressuring you. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Started, but the amount of restarts, my god, you'd never believe the amount of my restarts, all because of one thing, one seemingly easy and insignificant thing that ended up giving me recurring nightmares for days after getting the relic. The frogs.
Varu! Hi Raiders, welcome in, Varu! How are you doing? How are you doing, lovely girl? How are you doing? We're just watching some videos. How's your stream? What'd you get up to? Varu! I like saying your name like that. Does that come across? I'm pretty sure it comes across. I like saying Varu. Hi Varu, Lumi. Aw, we came for your stream. Good. Oh me, you're all good. Yay! Yay! I hope you had a lovely stream. We're having a great time watching a video. We're watching some Crash Bandicoot, and then we're gonna be getting on to NIKKE. This is not a good video to raid into. It's okay, it's okay. Welcome in, Raiders. I am LuminusRed, the brilliant Nova VTuber, the star that everyone is talking about. Or, let's stop talking camera, which is. Actually, I feel like right now the YouTube comment section is like, please stop typing. I want you to stop typing, talking, and watch video. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm talking about... I cried so much. I just love streaming. I'm gonna kill my community, all my friends so much. I'm so fucking happy for you, darling. I'm so fucking happy for you, Varu. Everyone go follow Varu. She is awesome. She is amazing. She is a good friend. She is typing. She hasn't even got to the gooning at NIKKE yet. We're getting to it, okay? All things come in good times. And that is a gooning joke.
These frogs are the worst enemy in any Crash game, hands down, all of them. Because even if you know they're coming, even if you memorize every location of them, they will kill you if their stomachs so much as look at you a little bit funny. It doesn't even matter if you're spinning while they land on you. Their stomachs are just that hench that Crash can barely stand to touch them. And when rushing from left to right on a screen crunch GBA game, you'll never see them leaping from off camera until you've already been murdered by them. Sometimes jumping in advance doesn't even help because you could jump straight into their stomachs and die that way in midair. Plus, the stage spams them repeatedly throughout the whole runtime. And they're just frogs. They're frogs in a flat and boring sewer stage. It shouldn't be this hard, and it does nothing but make me feel stupid for dying on it so many times.
So maybe it's about time I play another game that will surely calm me down. And it's on the GBA, which means it has exactly the same control problems as the last game, and excuse me while I banish this game to the depths of my shores.
This video is too long, man. Crash Entranced is the sequel to Crash XS, also on the Game Boy Advance, and surprise, surprise, comes bundled with exactly the same issues as the previous game when it comes to Platinum Relics. But it also has 2 new power-ups that work great in the standard game, but when put into the time trials, cause nothing but problems. Get a load of this. If you hold L and press R, you do a super slide, an uncontrollably fast slide that will make you slide off more ledges than anything else. If you hold L and press jump while standing still, you do a super jump. A stupidly high jump, for sure, but one that goes so high that you can't see where you're gonna go, can't see where you're gonna land, doesn't protect you from whatever's above you, and gives you practically no distance. What button do you think you have to hold to do the crash dash? L. So if you're dashing and stopping your tracks for a split second before committing to a jump, if you're still holding the dash button ready to start running again, you'll instead rocket into the air and escape the atmosphere.
Oh, wow, this is a great angle.
Or on the other hand, if you need to slide during the dash, you won't do the normal slide.
Get it, boy,
You'll
get it,
instead
boy.
do the super slide because you're already holding the dash button to run fast. It's confusing, it's disorientating, and some part of me tells me that the devs realized these flaws because getting the Platinums here as a whole wasn't actually that bad at all. The time limits were really generous, so I think they must have felt a bit guilty. Saying that, there were still some bastard levels though, so let's dive into them. Rocks can roll. Oh my, they certainly can. Rocks can roll indeed. Right off the edge of the level. I'm going to defend these levels for a second as well. Yes, I like them. Not as much as the Wrath of Cortex ones, but for isometric ball rolling on a GBA, this felt really satisfying to get right. You can even hold A to use it as a brake to get more control back. This mechanic in itself makes these stages 10 times more playable, and helps out a lot with the time trials since they stop you wonderfully from flying off of the edge if you think you were rolling too fast. What I have a problem with when trying to rush these stages is, well, everything else. Time crates moving at a million miles an hour is a pain. Rolling barrels hidden behind the isometric view of a half-pipe are a pain. Insta-kill electric gates that don't have a clear pattern on when they turn on or off are a pain. Slightly wonky hit detection is a pain. The occasional slowdown moment is a pain. Whatever way you look at it, this level is a pain. Runaway Rug is an appropriate name for this level because, oopsie, the rug ran away from your feet, you've lost. It's got all the problems with the controls I've already mentioned from the first GBA game, but now with those lovely power-ups activating when you really don't want them to. Next. Popping coffins. We have all the same problems with the first GBA game, but now with those lovely power-ups activating when you really don't want them to. And now with added time switch doors that cancel out your jump off of them if you don't press them properly. And ice physics. Ice physics with an accidental super slide. Surely that's just asking for a nasty bit of criticism. Oh look, another Egyptian level. Slip and sliding sphincter. I mean, this just sums up everything without me needing to explain anything else, right? The Platinum Relic for the first level of the game, Island Intro, I'm convinced was put there for a joke. Yes, the first level really is that difficult. Wanna know why? Just watch.
Okay. 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 Oh.
Did that run seem pretty seamless? Like it
Yeah.
couldn't be improved? Well, according to the game, it could, because I
What?
just achieved a gold relic time. Yes, to platinum the first level of Crash 2 Entrance, you need to be so perfect that you're literally shaving off microseconds with each attempt you try. The level isn't long, the level isn't hard, but getting that platinum took me more retries than any other level
It's
in the
not long and hard. It sounds like every guy that I've not been with. I don't know what joke to make there. I know the obvious joke, but I can't make that joke. I don't know what to make. I don't know, man. I don't know. There was a joke there. I guess I'm not the one to make it. I'll leave that for someone else to make. I'm like, how do I complete this joke?
entire game, and it makes me feel like
Control
Coco's angry
Delete.
monobrow.
And finally, it is Crash Nitro Kart on the GBA, which is not a port from the PS2 version because the GBA could not handle that. So instead, it's completely different tracks and completely different controls than the PS2 version, which means that technically I have to get all of the relics on this version of
mesmerized
the
by
game
the sound.
as well.
I'm mesmerized. So the Gay Tuesday.
Okay, just to be serious for a second, I actually can't pick any one of these stages as the hardest because, to be completely honest, they're all basically the same in terms of challenge, and that challenge isn't very high to begin with. As great as this game is, the tracks are of course limited due to the GBA, so aside from different cosmetics and a few left to right turns that are different, all the races here feel practically the same, especially when it comes to relic races, because the boxes can't be placed anywhere that created to begin with, and shortcuts aren't really a thing in this game. All of this considered means that Nitro Kart GBA was the easiest game to platinum for me by a long way, and picking the 5 hardest levels just seemed somewhat impossible because it's like comparing this flat square and this flat rectangle in the original Mario Kart. Aside from extremely minor differences, they're all basically the same track, and whenever something stands out, it's usually extremely mundane. Oh my god, it's a gap! Nothing more to say. This one was a piece of cake to complete on platinum, and if you haven't tried this game out even regularly, I recommend it. It's really good. Just don't pick a heavy speed character for the relic races because they're a bit lumpy-dumpy and love to miss all of the boxes.
Oh my god, is that a tight corner? That's it, 202 platinum relics in the bag. My Crash luck quota for this year is completely full. I'm done. No more. Bye, everybody. I'm gonna go and get some fresh air after that. Oh, I can't. The world is still bricks, so I guess I'll just fall asleep right here.
Bricks?
Thank you for watching the dumbest and most painful video I ever made.
This was intense!
In case you were wondering about my top 5 overall hardest relics to get, I'll give you a quick list. Jungle Boogie, Leave Me Alone, Don't Care, Shut Up, I'm Tired, and I'm never gonna do anything like this ever again. First, give me my sedatives.
Subscribe and hit that bell.
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter.
Please don't let this be for nothing. Special thank you to my executive producers on my Patreon page in the description below. Matthew Hubble, TARDIS Type 40, Exo Red-Eyed Critic, Smith, Mitchell Reed, File Rules, Skullman.
If you're watching this on YouTube, head on over to twitch.tv/LuminusRed and drop a follow. Go hang out. Until next time, my lovely lost stars. Bye. I can't stop the recording.